Ciao ragazzi, eccomi qua, Serafino Ambrosio per un altro workshop on Wednesday. Oggi buon anno a tutti, perciò auguri per un nuovo anno strepitoso, pieno di gioia, amore e salute. Sì, ok, perciò oggi voglio un po' presentare 3 insegnanti del mondo. Il primo è Alice da Brasil. Hi Alice!
Hello everybody.
La seconda è Atina da Atene, Grecia. Ciao.
Hello from Greece.
Sì, ciao. E l'ultima è Donna from Hong Kong. Hi
Hello.
Donna.
Hi, greetings from afar.
Ok, come vedete Polestar è una grande famiglia, una grandissima famiglia in tutti i paesi del mondo, da Asia, Grecia, Europa, da Brasile, latinoamericano, perciò anche in America i nostri colleghi americani, altri colleghi non potevano esserci, ma con il cuore sono presenti, perciò ok, oggi voglio un po' parlare cos'è il futuro del Pilates. So today I want to speak about what we all think is going to happen in 2023 with the Pilates, without Pilates. Perciò cosa succederà quest'anno in 2023? Ora, let me start because I want to just speak and then you can tell me what you think about what is going to happen in 2023. Ora, and I'll also translate in English for you as well so you understand. Il mio primo pensiero, ragazzi, nel 2023, ragazzi, come insegnante di Polestar Pilates, era nel 2022. Abbiamo parlato di nervi, di neurologia, come il cervello lavorava con il corpo. So I thought in 2022 there was this upsurge of neurological intervention of Pilates. Therefore, everyone was trying to understand how the brain works with muscles rather than the muscles works with the brain. So, perciò tante scuole di pensieri che hanno creato le loro teorie di nervi, hanno cominciato a insegnare come gli occhi, la lingua e tutta la faccia, il tuo udito, come tu senti, stimola i tuoi muscoli. So I thought a lot of schools around the world were always trying to understand the senses and how the brain will try and help move people. Ma nel 2023 io penso che la parola più essenziale sarà connessione, per vedere la connessione fra tutta la zona corporea. So what I think in 2023 will be the highlight is the word connection, trying to see how the different body parts, different feelings of bodies connect with each other in a very advanced way. Perciò cosa significa connessione? Significa, l'abbiamo un po' capito in Pilates, come il piede lavora con la schiena, con la testa e tutto, ma come possiamo facilitarlo nei nostri clienti? Perciò, therefore, what I said is, we always understood connection, you know, how the feet, the pelvis, the head work together as Polestar Pilates teachers. But we need to find easy, simple ways to teach this to clients because it's one way of telling them and it's also another way of making them feel it and change because sometimes they say, oh, yeah, but no one really feels a connection. So my big thing in 2023, perciò la mia cosa enorme nel 2023 è trovare delle chiavi per stimolare la connessione. So my 2023 is to try to find keys of how to ignite the connection theory. How do we facilitate people to make them aware that their big toe is important for pelvic stability? Because you can tell them, but they won't understand it. We've got to really find that connection. Perciò noi possiamo insegnare ai nostri clienti, per esempio, la luce è importante per la zona pelvica, ma dobbiamo trovare delle piccole cose che vi faccio vedere dopo di come possiamo iniziarlo. So I will be showing some ideas after each one of you had spoken about what you think. So you can stay tuned afterwards, but that's what I think. The word connection or facilitating connection is a big thing in 2023. So, vediamo Alice. What do you think, Alice?
Bueno, io non parlo italiano,
Ma sta studiando italiano.
ma ho studiato un testo per parlare qui oggi.
Brava.
E è sempre un piacere essere qui con voi. Amo l'Italia, gli italiani, Polestar Italia. Soy di origine italiana. Mio padre era un nipote italiano.
Bravo, grazie.
But I will speak in English because this is as much as I can say in Italian.
Thank God you didn't learn any swear words in Italian.
Not yet, Serafino. Maybe you can help me.
Okay, what do you think, Alice?
In Brazil, we are living a very special and difficult moment politically. You probably have heard the news, the horrible things are happening, and financially. And I think today, the way Pilates is in Brazil, it's so spread out, it's so big, it's so large, so many tiny little schools. And we've been here for over 30 years. We've trained so many people that now have their own schools and keep developing the method around the country. Polestar became, the comprehensive training became something very special, but for very few people, very rare. So my intention, what I'm dialoguing with Polestar Central and with my team, is to develop ways to use the experience we have. We are the older Pilates, the more experienced ones in the country. And to use this to maybe develop products that are more related to mentoring people that have already done training. Not that we are not going to run trainings, but less trainings. That is not going to support financially the company, but maybe other products in the mentor level could be more, more sustainable for us. And so this is one thing I've been thinking and working on. And we have to have a very cheap, easy product that gives them a certification. So maybe to create in the level, like we do, Donna, you also share your training in two parts, first part and the second part, level 1 and 2. Maybe level 1 could be a national certification. And the comprehensive could be the international certification. Something I've been discussing with Shelley to make sure we survive and we keep running trainings here too. But on my personal opinion, that I wish and I want always to stimulate Polestar to do, it's personal experience in terms of research, personal research in movement. I think we should try to explore more in a personal way the movements that we have patronized in terms of the Pilates world. But how about if in a plank the hands go like this or like this or like this, or your shoulders go in and up and back and down, and you turn to one side? I mean, to explore in different planes. And I think we as global movers thinking on movement, we have to really bring even more personal experience to people and train people to be, as we do already, be autonomous with their bodies, but in a more a deeper research way, that they research their own way to move, exploring the movement. So this is what I'm working on in my personal teaching, when I teach my students, when I teach my clients. And I hope we can find a way to bring that to the structure of the curriculum.
So what I assess with what you said, Elise, is two things. I see that you've got this sort of support system. You want to help, a lot of people that have done really very fast training, to support them in a one way that Polestar say, okay, we're here also for you, even though that you're not Polestar certified, we still want to give you a tiny bit of our knowledge. We want to support you. Is that right?
Yes.
It's a bit like Ukraine now. you know, we're supporting Ukraine people. Like, we don't want to be part of Ukraine because we're not Ukrainian, but we want to give them the support, and we want them to go back to where they are, more fuller and richer.
Yes, and maybe deeper into what they have learned, so they can really get the experience we have in deep knowledge of movement. And then, of course, our critical reasoning that very few schools have. I mean, they don't have it.
And the second thing that I understood is you said it, experimenting, with different hand positioning, quadruped, and seeing how that affects the shoulder. That's exactly what I was saying, facilitating connection. And
yes.
We need to really understand, is our client understanding what they're doing and what it's useful for? Because sometimes you can say, place your hands here, place your scapula there, and they say, okay, and then what? But making them connect how the hands work, which we've already done already, but trying to find ways to convince them that this is the light. No?
Yes, and that they can personally feel in their own bodies, their own way of moving.
Yeah, and the hard thing, Lisa, I think, is making them that point, making them feel that difference, because it's not easy, isn't it?
No, it's a practice. It's research. Yes. It's like first time you do a pelvic lock, you don't know what you're doing, and then after a while you understand. I feel like gyrotonic has a lot of it, which I like very much. Is if there is movement, it means it's supposed to be done. So if the shoulder goes like this, you have to do it. In Pilates, usually we're all the time saying, don't bring your shoulders up, or, especially when you have weight on top of your arms, when you discharge.
I don't think Polestar says don't do that. We just say that, this is not the optimal way of doing it. It is a way, but it's not the optimal way,
But we don't make them experiment being in those places. And maybe we can tell them this is the safest place, congruency, etc. Yeah. But then let's go here a little bit with less weight, on maybe leaning against a wall before you go to the floor. And maybe explore, so they feel the whole range of movement with control, with awareness.
In a safe environment.
In a safe environment, yes.
Yeah, that's good. Well, thank you, Elisa. Let's go on and let's talk with Donna. Donna, what do you think? Can you turn on the microphone? Have you got your mic on?
There, it's on now.
Yes.
I feel that we're all going to be on a similar page. My sense from 2022 is that there has been a lot of choreographic distraction, and that comes through Instagram gymnastics and people wanting to do things outside of their normal box and not really bring it back to I remember PMA many years ago, their motto was Pilates pure and simple. And I feel that for us, I really want to draw everyone back to that interoceptive concept. Alice, to your point, I often say to my clients, what do you need to do? If you do your plank with your fingertips in, what do you need to do to stabilize and reorganize? So giving back autonomy rather than just simply entertainment. I feel that 2022 has been a big year of entertainment, of people doing all kinds of things in the fluffies and the springs, and they're all rather wonderful, but taking away from what our students and our clients really need, which is that interoceptive, that very quiet focus on who they are, why they move the way they do. So that's
an interesting point of view, because that's a very earthy, momentary point of view of Instagram, and the way that Instagram was created for some sort of sharing good knowledge towards some sort of, let's say, glamour. Let's have a look at these beautiful bodies move, but yet the other side of Instagram says, no, we respect all body types. But yet, the most liked things on Instagram are the beautiful bodies. So it's this whole dilemma of where do we find the medium of intellectual knowledge and superficial intellectual knowledge of what is beautiful, or what is good, no?
Yeah, I think you're in terms of perception, right? The perception of it to into a rollover on the ladder barrel, and the use of equipment without a sense of purpose beyond it being choreographic. So I'm sure it's wonderful, but really for me, I'm drawn back to the simplicity, the beauty of the simplicity of the work, because therein is where all the neurological changes occur.
Perfect. So I think, as Elisa said and I said, connection, finding the intellectual connection that supports the movement, the right movement at the right time, that will provide change, no?
Exactly.
Good. Thank you, Donna. And stay tuned. And let's go to Athena. Athena from dalla Grecia. Athena.
Grecia, viva Roma!
Viva Roma e viva Grecia. Dai, what do you think, Athena?
What?
What do you think is going to be the future?
I think that for sure the things change, especially for the 2023. One thing is that we have a lot of teachers at Pilates here in Greece, from many schools, international schools and topic schools. So there is a plenty of people that are teaching, but are they really teaching? This is one question from me. I think that we have to give them small workshops to help them to connect all this knowledge that they have or they don't have. So this is one thing for me. Small courses to help people to find better things in teaching and practice. Another thing, it's like Alicia told before, it's the movement, like gyrotonic. I feel that the people want to move in the right way or just to move. Because after 2 to 3 years from COVID, they want to move, really move. So we have to be creative to find in the original exercise, let's say, to find different ways to demonstrate. I was impressed. That's why I told you that things change. Before 1 year, I thought that fascia, it was 3 layers. Now I know that it's 18 and more, and more and more. They discover more and more layers of fascia. So the body, the same as a structure, we are connected everywhere. Because fascia is everywhere inside us. So to try new movements, to try to add small workshops to old and new teachers, and to use props that people can use it everywhere. We have to create some props that they can take it with them everywhere. In work, in the home, I don't know. This is my idea. This is my idea.
Good, Athena. I like the idea of what Alicia was saying before, that supportive mentoring, supportive knowledge that we can give our students and other students of how to question themselves, and not only provide the question, but also giving the key to answering the question. We're not only a school that wants to make them ask the question. Okay, we love asking questions, but we're also here to help you find the answer. No, a lot of people always say, "Oh, Polestar always gives a question," and but no, I think we also help different ways of giving the answer as well. But the best part of Polestar is the question of understanding what are you doing and why is it so useful for them. And that's, as Athena and Elise and Donna said, providing the connection, the intelligent or the useful connection in our bodies and helping them find that academic connection to transform their life and their Pilates program. What do you think, Orpik? Yeah? It's yes, we can all turn on the microphone and talk if you want.
I find it so interesting that we're basically saying very similar things and coming from different kind of viewpoints. But at the end of the day, as you say, Serafino, you boiled it down to one word about connecting the information, connecting the movement, and connecting the people. So, yeah, good word for two.
And we do that very well because we're an international school.
Mm-hmm.
No, like I'm a physical education teacher in dance. You're a dance professional. Elise is a dance professional. Athena's nearly a physical therapist. Got Brent is a physical therapist. You've got osteopaths in our school. We've got so many different cultures and different experiences that we have that connection of holistic movement, which is not only just this, this up in the air movement, but everywhere and movement really well. Oh my God, there's Brent here. Oh my God, Brent's online. Brenny.
Hello.
How are you, Brent?
I'm good.
Hello, Brent.
Volevo presentare Brent, anche il presidente di Polestar Pilates International. Welcome, Brent.
Thank you. Thank you.
So did you hear anything that we were talking about?
No, I just snuck on for a couple minutes before I go into the next meeting, but I wanted to reach out and say hi and give my love to all of our friends and family in Italy.
Yes, and the whole world, because we've got Lisa here, we've got Donna here, we've got Athena. It's great. And just to briefly tell you what we're talking about, the whole thing that, we brought it down to all these countries that we're all finding the connection, the intelligent connection to facilitate human awareness and movement intelligently, but also experientially, through movement, and really make them aware. Wow, this is good for me.
Yeah. Well, you think of our vision, right, is to impact global well-being through the education and practice of intelligent lifestyles.
Yep, good.
Right? And so we look at, how the connectivity between body, mind, and spirit are inseparable. When we increase our awareness of our body, it also increases awareness of our mind and spirit. So we see people that are becoming more and more conscious of themselves tend to be more aware of the needs in the world and the people around them, and tend to be kinder and tend to be more tolerant and less judgmental. So Deepak Chopra said if a critical mass, 23% of us, if 23% of human beings could find this awareness and make a conscious decision to be a peaceful person, that it would change the world from being so divisive. So we certainly stand behind that, and we certainly want that awareness to be emulated everywhere. And the beautiful thing about it is that peace is an individual thing. It's not dictated by anybody. It's each person making a decision inside themselves, like, I want to be a peaceful person. And the word harmony, that when you think of the sutras of the heart, harmony is when we come together collectively as people who individually have chosen to be peaceful in all of our diversity. In all of our differences, we come together harmoniously like a beautiful orchestra filled with love and kindness and intelligence and creativity and, safety, a big one, safety, feeling safe that we can express ourselves in the world and still be loved and still be respected for who we are. So.
Right. Thank you, Brent. That was a great way of summing up and concluding this talk. Thanks for attending, Brent.
You're welcome. And I have to jump into another meeting, but I didn't know if there was another question or anything that you might have for me, or a thought. Good to see you, Donna and Athena and Elise. Love you all.
Yeah, I think what you said is what we wanted to hear. You know, it was just perfect. It was a perfect end and also a perfect beginning, inizio, as we say, you know, of how to find these connections through Polestar and through intelligent movement and Pilates.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Serafino, for leading this. Love you guys.
Thanks.
Be well.
Thanks, Brian.
Ok, perciò volevo chiedere al gruppo if there's any questions. Ci sono delle domande alle persone che ci stanno seguendo? You know, there are a lot of people online, even though you can't see them. There are a few people online on YouTube, and people saying hello, people saying goodbye, people saying okay, okay. All these people, my God, ciao a tutti. Happy New Year as well. Okay, all these people are saying hello. Se ci sono domande, if there's any questions you can ask, we've got 30 seconds more and then we'll conclude this. As we're waiting, if there are any questions, I just wanted to briefly say, you know, what kind of keys can we give our students now to help see the connection? Because we can teach them very well, you know, verbally and manually. But sometimes giving them extra keys in 2023 would be interesting. And I just prepared a few keys that I like to use. One of the keys I like to use now is the mini massager, which is really interesting. And it's a very small massager, because what happens, you teach your clients, for example, to massage the base of their big toe. Pretend this is his foot. You massage the base of the big toe, for example, for a bit, you massage, and then you tell them to do breaching. And that neurological vibration movement can happen. You can also do it with your hand. But, you know, I find that these vibrating tools that at the specific intensity, which you probably need to do another course on it, but will help increase the neurological. Also, water and the substance of water and the movement of water not only will help increase the choice opportunities. Therefore, if, like, for example, you're doing quadruped and you have a bowl of water and you move the water and you move your hand, you really feel how the water moves your body, and you feel how everything connects from the feet to the knees, to the body, to the hands, to the head. So just the movement of water in a piece of equipment like a Camagon, this is called a Camagon, but there's also other pieces of equipment on the market, will help people connect. There's also one last piece of equipment, you know, the stick. Very interesting piece of equipment in fitness now. These sticks that bend like this will help people in Pilates. If I push and pull, which we also do, remember Donna in gyrotonic, push and pull never. But using equipment, it's easy. If I ask him to pull here and push down, you really feel the connection between the knees, the side, and the arms working together. So what will happen, using these pieces of equipment, this will help you refine the teaching of connection. So they use the equipment to feel it, and then you verbalize it. Can you feel the knees working with your body? Yes. Okay. Can you feel that you're going to one knee more than the other? Yes. Well, try to keep on the other knee then. You know, these sort of, as we're already done with OOV and things like that. But more interesting equipment in the new year, I think, will help us find the connection. What do you think, guys? Have you got anything that you want to share?
I was going somewhere very different when Brent talked about safety.
Yes.
Not in terms of props, but in terms of philosophical thinking. It occurred to me that, like you said, Serafino, we teach nice cues, verbal, tactile, great way of thinking and exercises, but making them feel safe. It's one thing that I think it's now understanding more how we function as neural system, central neural system, the autonomous nervous system. And the idea of creating an ambience of safety and connection, like you mentioned, that the teacher is connected to the person, that the person is validated as a powerful, intelligent, competent student, can create a very safe environment, a very safe feeling of a safe environment, a feeling of a safe environment. And I think that can help people learn better, be more comfortable, connect to us, to the content, and to each other.
And can you offer one way, or just one way that you think that can help, one way that can help improve the safety connection in your, let's say in a math class? I would use laughter, because I think laughter and fun helps break down barriers, helps people be more aware and accepting. So I usually use fun, or something that is fun to do, that they laugh, to break down the cultural or the I don't like that person barrier. What do you think? Do you have any suggestions?
I think laughing is always great. Creates a light environment and a happy environment. We cannot learn when we are not happy and comfortable, right? That we know. And in courses, like as teachers, as training people in the courses, I think validating what they say, like bringing what they say to a valid point, not creating a vertical relationship, but a more horizontal, and learning from them and letting them know that we are learning from them. Making what they say valid and powerful, even if it's a big out of the blue idea, but to try to get something out of it and make sure that they know that we are validating it, that the whole group listens it, so we can create I don't know how to say that in English, sorry, but to create a well-supported environment where people feel like they are important, they are intelligent, they are competent, they know things.
Thank you, Jason. Donna wanted to say something. No?
Sorry, I just that it goes back to, if you remember earlier on, I had said, what would you need to do? What do you need to do in order to, right? It's the same thing. What would you need to happen for you to feel safe? What would you like to see in this situation? So I think that's creating, in my ballet studio, we have thinking bodies, dancing minds. It's the same thing. It's getting those thought processes that say, okay, what needs to happen in order for you to feel safe enough to lift your head up? Because I know you suffer from neck pain. So what do you feel needs to happen? I think giving them the autonomy, and as you say, Alice, then they feel like they're part of that horizontal process of decision making.
Good. Athena, you wanted to say something.
Sorry, Athena.
Yes, I want to add something. As we were children, we learned with playing and took joy from playing. It wasn't so important, the safety back then. So one thing I think is the playful. The movement experience must be playful. We learn for playing with movements.
Yeah.
So, and if we're happy by explore and play with movement, then the experience is positive. Then we are safe.
Good.
So for me, it's one rule of the game: to play, explore, and enjoy.
That's great.
Great.
Yes.
And I think that's only doable if the teacher or the facilitator is academically supportive, which we all are, because you've got to be a good teacher to make them play well, because you can make them play terribly and they all hurt themselves. But a good teacher really knows how to play really well with good energy, good fun, and good intelligence. And that's what we do.
Yes. And even if we change the rhythm, it changes all the movement.
Yes.
Yes.
Even if we put music, it's changed everything.
Yeah.
So little small things that can be creative and play with them.
Yes.
Good.
I agree.
All
And
right.
Sarah, into the prop thing that you were mentioning before, I've been exploring with light weights, doing exercises with very light weights, like half than a kilo, maximum a kilo for people that are really strong. It just gives a new perception of the whole thing, how you move your body, how you connect. Yeah, when you are off to the side or to the other side, the differences from left and right and leg and arms, it's really interesting. I like the idea of using this very, like Atina said, home props, things that you can find at home, like a glass can be heavy enough to just give you this new perception of
change of center of gravity. That what we would say in Polestar, playing with the center of gravity and seeing how that affects the whole fascia and muscles. All right, guys. Thanks, Donna. Thanks, Athena. Thanks, Elise. We are one big family having fun in this small world.
It's so good to be with you. so good. So inspiring.
Let's continue having fun as we travel through 2023.
Yes.
Okay. All my love, guys. Ciao, Donna.
Ciao, Italia.
Ciao. Ciao, Alice. Perciò ragazzi, grazie a voi che siete stati presenti a questa riunione. Ci vediamo prossimamente a un altro workshop di Polestar Pilates. Per qualsiasi informazione che volete sui nostri corsi di formazione potete andare sul nostro sito o potete mandarci un'email a info@metodo.it. Siamo qui per voi, sempre presente sia nel mondo di Pilates sia nel mondo di benessere, salute e gioia. Ragazzi, grazie che avete seguito il nostro discorso e ci vediamo prossimamente su Wednesday Workshop con Polestar Pilates Italia. Ciao ragazzi!